the Fairchild Republic A-10 Thunderbolt II. It was powerful, durable, and lethal. The A-10 was developed during the Vietnam War because of a large number of ground attack aircrafts being shot down. It was designed to be tough, heavily armored, used for close air support, and could survive ground attack. The first combat-ready version was released in South Carolina in 1978, and the first was put into combat in the Gulf War in 1991. It was the most effective aircraft in the war. The A-10 destroyed 900 Iraqi tanks, 2,000 military vehicles, and 1,200 artillery pieces. The first air-to-air victory was on February 6, 1991. Captain Robert Swain shot down an Iraqi helicopter with his JAU-8 cannon over Kuwait. The A-10 had a 95.7% mission capable rate. The mission capable rate was the type of missions it could fly. During the Gulf War, the A-10 flew 8,100 sorties. The A-10 was supposed to be replaced with a close air support version of the F-16. Shortly after the Gulf War, the Air Force gave up the idea. The A-10 was 53 feet 4 inches in length with a wingspan of 57 feet and 6 inches. It was powered by twin TF-34 GE408 turbofans producing 9,275 foot-pounds of thrust. Turbofans could push the A-10 to a top speed of 519 miles per hour. It was piloted by one person and could operate at 45,000 feet with a cruising speed of 340 miles per hour. The A-10 was known for its durability. It could survive hits from 23mm arm-piercing rounds and high-explosive projectiles. The A-10 was designed to be flyable with one engine, one tail, one elevator, and half of one wing missing. The aircraft had a system where if you lost hydraulic power, you could still fly the plane mechanically. The cockpit was protected by titanium plates that were 1.5 inches thick. Altogether, the plates weighed 1,200 pounds and was nicknamed the bathtub. This makes up 6% of the plane's empty weight. On April 7, 2003, the A-10 showed its durability. Captain Kim Reed Campbell is a veteran attack pilot. She was 28 years old at the time and was known as KC, or Killer Chick. After Captain Campbell and her A-10 fighter squadron headed through the bad weather and dust storm, they reached the enemy's location. They attacked the enemy using the A-10's Gatling gun and anti-tank missiles. As she fires her last shots and is turning to head for home, she feels a jolt in the plane and hears an explosion. She was hit by a surface-to-air missile that cut a large hole in the right side of her horizontal stabilizer, which left hundreds of shrapnel holes in the tail of her plane. Her plane started to pull down and to the left immediately. This was because her A-10's hydraulic system had been shot out. She quickly switched to manual inversion, which meant she would be flying her plane with a series of pulleys and cables rather than hydraulics. Captain Campbell said the plane handled extremely well, and she said, quote, "I had no doubt in my mind I was going to land that plane," unquote. She had a long flight back to Kuwait, and with her training and skill, she manually landed her A-10, which was no easy task even in ideal conditions. A-10 was known for its massive 30mm Gatling gun. The GAU-8 Avenger is the largest, heaviest, and most powerful aircraft cannon the U.S. military has. The fuselage of the A-10 was built around the GAU-8. This isn't a gun attached to a plane. This is a plane attached to a gun. The GAU-8 was designed specifically for the anti-tank role. It makes up 16% of the A-10's weight, weighing in at 4,029 pounds. GAU-8 is 19 feet long and 5.5 inches in length, and is powered by twin 77 horsepower electric motors. The gun is so large, the front landing gear was mounted off to the left to make room. A big gun means a lot of recoil, and the GAU-8 is mounted in the A-10 angled slightly towards the right, so the recoil does not push the plane off course. The gun has a 1,174 round clip, and can empty it in 17 seconds, with a firing rate of up to 4,200 rounds per minute. The A-10 can lay 80% of its rounds within the 40-foot diameter circle from 4,000 feet away. The A-10 uses the GAU-8 by diving down at a 30-degree angle at 4,000 feet away. The A-10 Thunderbolt II, also known as the Warhawk, is a very durable and reliable aircraft. To this day, it is still being used and will continue to complete any mission thrown in its path.